So, one of these days I'll wear my teeth. It's funny, people ask me about that all the time. Why don't I wear my teeth? A lot of different reasons. One, they don't fit quite right anymore. It's not to say they don't, they do, but even after I glue them in, they come loose after a while. People are always asking me, like, doesn't that bother you? No, it doesn't. It amazes me how much power we give our fears and insecurities and all these other things. Something I've been working on is taking my power back from that. I've realized that more often than not, whatever it is you're fearing is 9 times out of 10 an illusion. Especially when it comes to relating to people. I mean, certain fears or phobias, whether it be, I don't know, spiders, snakes, whatever. There are certain psychosomatic and physical reactions that can't always be avoided. In regards to people and interactions with them and relationships, addictions, codependencies, that kind of stuff. In my experience, most of the fears I had were an illusion of control. And I've since realized that most of those fears, that when I once actually faced them, 9 times out of 10, even if the worst case scenario that I had feared came true, nothing really changed. Somebody recently told me that I was one of the strongest and most authentic people they've ever met. It took me a minute, but I took it as a compliment. Of course, it made me think, as all things do. And, I started to question myself, well, what is it about me that makes me so authentic and so strong? And part of it is, at some point during this journey, I decided to quit wearing a mask. There's still a lot of things I keep close to my chest, and I'm still very protective of my energy and who I let in my inner circle. But it's not based out of fear, not anymore. It's not based out of a necessity or a need for people to like me. I think what makes me strong is that I'm totally fine with being by myself. I'm completely comfortable in my own skin, and I rarely have an uncomfortable silence anymore because I'm not uncomfortable in silence. I'm not uncomfortable being in the moment with just myself. I don't have a need to be in a relationship. I don't have a need to entertain people. I don't have a need to always make people laugh. I don't have a need to always get praise or accolades or thank yous or any of that. Of course, all of those things are wonderful. And of course, yes, I would love to be in a loving partnership. Is my life going to end if I'm not? No, absolutely not. In some ways, it's somewhat of a distraction. To actually fall in love with somebody means you have to sacrifice something. A lot of people don't realize that. Most people look at relationships as some kind of mutually beneficial exchange. It's not what a relationship should be. It's an unfortunate byproduct of generations and generations and generations of being taught to love under condition instead of unconditional love. And unconditional love does not mean unconditional acceptance of one's behavior. That is not what that means. But, you know, that's the thing. Everyone wants to feel love. Of course. Of course. I do too. I'm not going to deny that. Yes, I want a lot of things, but I don't need them. I'm not going to chase something. And I'm certainly not going to sit around and put my life on hold waiting for it either. It's that accountability thing again, you know. The house I'm at, I see guys all the time just, you know, constantly feet tapping and fingers tapping, scrolling their phones or whatever. And sometimes I feel bad for people that they can't even take 30 seconds to just stop. You know, there's a person I watch on the internet a lot, Sadhguru, literally a guru. I had the privilege to go see him in person. I don't think I realized how profound of an experience it was until later, much later. And I am so thankful and so grateful that I got to have that experience with the person I did. It's one of my fonder memories with my short but amazing journey I had with her. And I hope she knows that. At any rate, you know, he's got a short out there where he talks about suffering depression and anxiety, and that really you're just suffering your memories and your imagination. And other than extreme cases of, you know, verifiable chemical imbalances or whatnot, for the most part, that's absolutely true. I'll give you an example. We had a guy at the house who had very, very low self-esteem, but basically suffered from anxiety to the point of paranoia, constantly living in the future what if, constantly assuming and thinking and projecting that people didn't like him, to the point where it would literally affect his behavior. It would make him a lot more unapproachable. It would make him come across unfriendly. It would make him come across angry, sad, depressed, miserable, all kinds of things. And of course, then people would not want to hang out or talk with him, which would just reinforce this subconscious fear of his. This is what I've talked about before in other videos, the power of the subconscious mind and how it constantly seeks validation. A lot of people misconstrue that. Yes, it does look for external validation of the belief or the programming that's there. But more often than not, my experience, it alters your perception and your behavior to find that validation. This is where the illusion of control comes in your fears and your insecurities. I'll give you another example. This is a very common one, actually. I'm going to leave you so you can't leave me. I love you to death. But because I'm so afraid of you abandoning me, I'm going to run away. Make it make sense. In some regard, yes, it's a form of self-protection and self-preservation. But at what cost? See, me, I look at a situation like that, which is basically, I'm describing an avoidant attachment style. One that I have had some personal experience with. Self-sabotaging, basically. gives the illusion of control because, okay, before you can leave me and abandon me and break my heart, I'm going to take control of the situation and I'm going to leave because I know I'm going to get hurt. It's only a matter of time. That's an illusion. You think you're in control of the situation, and really all you're doing is reinforcing your own unfortunate programming from probably a young age that said you will always be abandoned when you become vulnerable. So many people, I know so many people who have this particular perception. I had it for a long time. I'm changing it slowly but surely. I'm learning how to heal it. And I hope that I can, by example, help other people heal it as well. That's the difference between unconditional love and loving under condition. That example, that interchange, that lesser of two fears, whatever, lesser of two evils, however you want to word it. I'm going to make this decision so that it doesn't happen to me. Once you ask yourself why it keeps happening, then you might actually start to figure out how to heal. It's another thing accountability brings. A lot of clarity in all of the seemingly inconsequential decisions and choices we make that actually have very profound and lasting effects on our lives. It's another area that people suffer from. Is constantly second-guessing oneself so that you're always relying on other people's opinions and thoughts and ideas on what's best for you. Unfortunately, all you end up doing is living your life for them, not yourself. You can talk till you're blue in the face, but no one is ever going to truly know your heart. Only you can know that. And the heart wants what the heart wants. It's as simple as that. I've been in situations where basically a whole lot of people through a lot of different reasons, whatever the core motivation was, whether it was jealousy, envy, whatever the fuck it was, have gone through a lot of lengths to keep me from interacting with certain individuals, and vice versa. Of course, under the guise of they're no good for you, they're worthless, they're this, they're that, they're just gonna, just catering to their ego and fear, basically. Probably half of them don't even consciously realize it, but yeah, it's just a straight manipulation tactic. And unfortunately, this person is very concerned with the opinions of others and how people perceive them. I'd hope to heal that. Maybe the seeds I planted will take root. Who knows? Anyway, random thoughts for the day. I'm sure there'll be more to come.